Well, happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Morning Mix.
Yep, start of a new week. Yes, hey there.
Yes, it is. Hope you're doing well, and I hope you had a good weekend as we are getting into what's going to be an interesting week, I think, weather-wise.
I think so, too. I feel like the weather is just all over the place right now. What is up with it? What is up with that?
Make up your mind.
Yesterday, it was very just eerie, dark, cloudy. I mean, it was perfect sleeping weather.
That is exactly what I did.
You took a long time.
I did. I told Heidi, I was like, I'm going to lay down for 45 minutes. 4 hours later, I got up and thought it was morning when it was actually 8:30 at night. Apparently, I needed the sleep.
That is a long nap. I don't think I've ever taken a 4-hour nap. My body won't let me do it.
I think she drugged me. I'm kidding.
Something was in the coffee that morning. Okay, wow. Yeah. I have to say this, though. I was in North Carolina this past weekend. It was my cousin's bridal shower. It was absolutely stunning. So my aunt, Carmen, put this together, her mom. And this is just a wide shot. So we're in University Tower. It's actually in Durham, North Carolina. We're on the 17th floor. There's my cousin in the middle, the bride-to-be, Jotty, and that's my little cousin on the left there, Josie. And then my aunt in the middle, my aunt Carmen. So cousins there. And look at these cupcakes. This was a tea party. Shout out to the woman that did that.
That was an actual cupcake?
That was a cupcake.
Like a real edible cupcake?
You could see everyone did not want to eat the cupcake. And there I was just all dolled up, you know, enjoying my tea that day. But it was such a beautiful sight. And of course, when you have a bride like my cousin who's drop dead gorgeous, I mean, come on, now what'd you expect? But we were in University Tower, top floor, 17th floor, and you could just see the view over the city in Durham. It was so beautiful. And one thing I didn't get photos of, and I know my aunt's watching right now, like, oh my goodness. So she actually put together the center table piece, and it was like this teacup that came up from like these flowers, and it was like tilted over, right? And then on the back, it actually said like Jotty's bridal shower. So I didn't get all the photos I wanted, but we had such a great time, and we're so excited. The wedding is at the end of this month, and we're all going to Puerto Rico for that. So it's going to be a fun time. It was so cool because when we're all leaving, we're like, okay, bye. See you in Puerto Rico. See you in Puerto Rico. See you in a few weeks.
I keep checking the mailbox, and I haven't gotten my invite yet.
Hey, yeah, let me tell you, this is going to be tough to get in if you're not on that list, okay?
And it wasn't a bachelorette party. We said it was a bachelorette party Friday. It wasn't a bachelorette party.
Bachelorette party already happened, okay? But yes, this was just... I've never been to a tea party. I didn't know what to expect, but we had such a fun time. And one video I didn't share, we had that 360 camera, you know, that you can get on and it spins. But we did that too, and that was really neat. And her ladies, all of the bridesmaids, her 2 maid of honors, they really came together to help decorate and put together just like the cutest little gift bags. And then we helped design this balloon backdrop where we all took photos that you saw. So it was really a neat idea. It was just really a neat thing.
I haven't been to Durham, North Carolina in ages, but yeah, that looks like a very, very nice venue you were at.
Durham is so nice. Raleigh area, nice. You can't go wrong. I feel like when we've talked a lot about like the cities to live or something, Raleigh or Durham have kind of been at that on the list.
There, Greenville, you name it. I mean, yeah. Also the cost of living too.
So anyways, congratulations to my cousin. Her fiance Colton did make an appearance for like 10 minutes. He came in his suit. He was ready. He was ready for those 10 minutes. With the bouquet of flowers, they took their photos, and then all of a sudden he was gone.
Smart man. Smart man. Get in, get out, and get to what you need to be done. I stayed closer to home, as a matter of fact. Friday night kind of took it a little easy. Saturday, my pal Chuck Williams, former DJ, radio DJ, and myself, we always did rock radio here in town. We were asked to MC Hairball, the 80s experience. That was out at the Columbia County Performing Arts Center. Almost sold out show. I mean, that place was packed. You gotta say, Hairball, if you liked your 80s rock, this was the show to check out. Everybody was having a good time. And the singers would come out all dressed up as the different performers. So you had members from Kiss. There's Freddie Mercury with the performing Queen, AC/DC, Twisted Sister, you name it, they were playing it out there. So yeah, we had a good time out there. Saw a lot of familiar faces, a lot of viewers. Hey, thanks for coming up and saying hi. Had a long time, you know, just a lot of fun with that.
That was a great turnout.
And which is probably why I slept as long as I did on Sunday.
You were just worn out.
Yeah,
you were just worn out from the night.
Good Lord, I need to start taking more of my Geritol.
Yeah, I was worn out yesterday too, because the Saturday was just the longest day, but it was well worth it. But when I drove back and I made it home, I took a nap. But my nap ended up to be just like an hour and a half, maybe. I thought I would sleep later.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Not so much.
But then I was in the bed early again, right? Because I go to sleep early.
Well, that was what we did for our weekend.
Yes.
How about you? Tell us, what was the highlight of your weekend? That is our social question to you. You can tell us at Morning Mix WRDW on Facebook, and we'll check out some of the things that you did this weekend.
Okay, let us know.
All right.
Should be
What was
fun.
the highlight of your weekend? Check that out right there.
Well, listen to this. Already in March, okay, the year's just flying by already. March is National Women's History Month. It's a time to honor all the strong and courageous women who came before us, paving the way and opening doors. Visionaries such as Sojourner Truth, Louisa May Alcott, Susan B. Anthony, Coretta Scott King, Rosa Parks, and thousands more who played prominent roles in getting women to where they are today.
And you can keep carrying their torch onward by taking the time to learn more about women's history and appreciating the strength and determination of females across the country over hundreds of years. The National Women's Party, a political group dedicated to women's suffrage, the first major suffragist parade in Washington, D.C., Title IX, the Equal Rights Amendment, all came to be during the month of March.
And the month might be a random coincidence, but seeing as how demonstrations and public displays were an integral part of the women's suffrage movement, March certainly seems fit.
Absolutely.
Okay, so yes, all the women out there that have paved the way for all of us today, thank you.
I actually got some words of wisdom that we'll be kicking off today with our Motivational Monday.
Our friend Jade is back.
Exactly, too. So stand by. That's going to be coming up, too. All right. Also coming up, Aiken's largest sporting event returning this March. And guess what? You're all invited. Our next guest telling us about the Aiken Spring Steeplechase and more when Morning Mix returns.
How are you?
Hey, good.
It's good to see you.
It's been here.
Yeah, it has. It sure has. Hey, where do we want to start? Okay, right here. Okay. In here.
All right, now 1, 2, 3, and let me just get one more. 1, 2, 3.
Aiken's largest sporting event returns with the running of the spring Aiken Steeplechase on March 23rd. You can cheer on your favorite horses and riders as they race to win over $140,000 in purse money.
Enjoy a day of tailgating, hospitality, shopping, and horse racing at one of the premier turf race courses in the country. Steeplechase President Frank Mullins and events coordinator Jessica Miller joins us with all of the details.
Hey, good morning, guys. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Nice to have you both. Before we get to the event itself, let's just talk about the history of the Aiken Steeplechase, Frank.
Well, yes, the steeplechase has been around a long time, since the 30s. There was a break during World War II. When some of the expansion happened, when as we know it, the bomb plant came to Aiken. But this is the 57th running of the spring steeplechase in Aiken. It's one of our biggest traditions, probably our largest, gathering in the city or the county or the area, actually, one-day gathering. We have about 25,000 people that come to the spring race. As you know, we just moved to our new track a couple of years ago that we purpose-built for this. The track is banked even on the straightaways. That's a unique thing. The track before just was flat with the topography of the land. Now we're able to purpose-build it, so the straightaways are actually, I think it's 1 or 1.5 degrees. It's banked, and then you can see the turns are banked even more. Not quite like a NASCAR track, but very similar to that. And it helps the horses stay on lead and a lot of things with safety. So what that does really is it with our soil in Aiken, we have very sandy soil. So after a big rain, it drains very well. The nutrients in the soil are very conducive to the correct kind of grass. That creates great turf and footing. So with all those things combined, as you said, I think we have one of the best tracks, if not the best track in the circuit. And a lot of people believe that, so it brings great horses and great riders.
Let's talk about the event itself, the Steeplechase. It is coming up. What's going to be happening this year, Jessica?
Sure, we have a great 6 exciting races on the day. Gates open at 8. We have a village of shops with a live band. That starts at 10. 12 o'clock, we have a carriage parade, parade of hounds, pony club parade as well. And then the racing begins at 1 o'clock. And we have 6 exciting jumping races with the purse of $140,000. So it's a really exciting day. We've added some new experiences for our patrons to upgrade their experience with 2 new jumbotrons in the infield area so that everyone, no matter what, has a great view of the racing.
And the fashion, too. Oh, you're going to see.
Oh,
Everybody's gonna be
it's a fun
decked out.
time, okay? You're dressing to impress. What's it like seeing people just from all over the country attend this event, horses from all over as well?
Oh, it's so much fun. I mean, first of all, you see people that you didn't see except for last year at the race. They all come back. This is a real gathering spot. But there are people that are, in regular clothes, and then some are really dressed up. They really go out all the way, and it's amazing to see all the bow ties and the dresses and the hats and how much fun people have. And that's what Jessica, I think I can speak for and say we really like, is how much people enjoy it. It's a very safe event. We just don't have any trouble, and it's a very family-oriented event. It's just a lot of fun. We have the new overlook that we just built, which is a big tower at the finish line. And that's become a real focal point and meeting place for a lot of people, kind of a must-have, must-be place on the track.
Let's talk about the details, the particulars, pricing, tickets, and where people can go to get the info.
Patron tickets are $40 per person. Children 10 and under are free. Parking is $40. You can buy parking and tickets on the day of the race at the gate, at the green gate only, though. That's on Rudy Mason Parkway. We have tickets for sale online now at our website, which is www.aikensteeplechase.com, and you can purchase those tickets up until March 10th online.
All right, and best to go ahead and get those tickets now so you know exactly where you're going to be.
Exactly. March 10th is around the corner.
Yes,
when you think about it. So get the tickets today.
That's true. We have a new ticket, too. You want to tell them about that, Jessica?
Sure. We have an all-access pass ticket this year, which allows you to enter our new Overlook Pavilion, so you can view the horses also from the second story of that pavilion.
All right, check that out. Again, AikenSteeplechase.com, the 57th running of the Aiken Spring Steeplechase. Get your tickets now. Guys, thanks for coming and joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Thank you very much.
All right, how are we looking weather-wise, Tim?
Well, I think we're going to be okay for that event. This week, though, it may be a little bit on and off with our rain chances, especially into late tomorrow, early Wednesday. That'll be our first chance coming up this week. Looks like it could rain right now. We're still hanging on to some cloud cover that's kind of lingered from over the weekend here. We just haven't had that break yet. Signs are showing we'll get there as we move on through the second half of today. We'll break into some sun. Temperature-wise, going to do okay as well here. Back in the 70s. Well, we need these clouds to get out of here if we're going to do that or come anywhere close to it. We do see temperatures hovering just about 55 to 60. This really hasn't changed a whole lot since around sunrise this morning, other than just a cloudy start. Looking at currents that are sitting anywhere between the 57 to almost 60-degree mark from Fort Eisenhower into downtown Augusta and around Graniteville, upper 50s. Much better day. Yeah, second half of it looks to be okay. We're going to get into some sun, middle 70s, take us above average, 68 degrees. First full week of March isn't looking bad temperature-wise, with a lot of 70-degree readings that we're expecting here. 68 being the norm. So just kind of gradually decreasing clouds for the rest of today. Not a bad way to finish it off right there at about 4:30 to 5 o'clock with mid-70s. It's tomorrow, 24 hours from now, the clouds will be back, and then our rain chances start increasing even farther through the rest of today, moving into that 5 p.m. stretch here. So we have 60s and maybe a 70 mark, but the chance for rain just continues to blossom into the evening and overnight hours. So not till about early Wednesday morning will we get rid of the rain that's come through. Soggy start on Wednesday, but less of the afternoon rain that'll be possible here. So we ought to be looking okay, just kind of getting through that first round of rain, only to watch another chance at the end of the week develop here. So we have a pretty decent outlook as far as temperatures go. Mornings in the 50s, afternoons upper 60s to low and mid 70s straight through to the weekend. But Friday into Saturday may also become a little bit wet once again here.
All right, those are the ideal numbers I like to see.
I want those to continue.
Yeah.
Look like they are, though.
Not too bad.
Doesn't look like we're going to see much different.
A lot of rain coming.
Green
Y'all were talking about
green,
the
or yellow, depending on the pollen. Yeah,
There
bring it
is
on.
something green in my yard, but I need to pull them up because that's not what I want.
Oh,
I have a
okay.
lot of
All
weeds
right.
coming in.
All right, I appreciate it. All right, attention superfans. A famous mob television show is offering an infamous piece of its pop culture history to the highest bidder.
Jeremy Roth goes full Sopranos in today's Take a Look at This.
Are you a big Sopranos fan? How would you like to own a piece of the famous mobster show's history? Hey, forget about it. That means yes, by the way. And also no, actually. It means a lot of things. Anyway, Holston's of Bloomfield, New Jersey is auctioning off the infamous Dinah Booth when a long-running and beloved show met its literal end, culminating in a cryptic and divisive final shot of the titular family's patriarch. The restaurant is renovating and offering the booth to the highest eBay bidder, but with a starting price of 50 G's, you better make them an offer they can't refuse, capiche? Another upcoming, another upcoming pop culture prop auction will have hardcore Star Wars fans bellowing, "Bring me the head of C-3PO." That's because Anthony Daniels, the actor behind the famous droid, is selling said head in a Hollywood memorabilia auction. The golden mask, which Daniels wore while filming The Return of the Jedi, is expected to go for anywhere between $500,000 to $1 million. So only the hardest of hardcore Star Wars nerds with money to burn and a penchant for decapitated droids need apply. Finally, another rare golden mask was up for auction, but this one is already off the table. An ultra-rare limited edition Lego mask made of 14-karat gold was auctioned off for a whopping $18,000 after being found in a box of jewelry donated to a Pennsylvania Goodwill store. Reportedly one of only a few promotional gold masks from Lego's short-lived Bionicle line, the piece's impressive sale will go to benefit Goodwill's mission of helping those in need. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
There is just no telling what you will find at a Goodwill.
I was just going to say, you're always like, hey,
I'm always.
guess where I went this weekend? You like this jacket? And Cliff's always like, you like my shoes? And I'm like,
$9.
yeah, those are nice.
Hey.
Where'd you get it? Hey, guess where I went? But the funny thing is, I'm the same way, though, too. I love when people compliment a dress. And I'm like, you knew where I got it.
I don't care. Come on.
No, but imagine finding something like that, though. Okay,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
different. $9 shoes versus that 14-karat gold mask.
$18,000 little mask that bad. And Anthony Daniels mask. Can you imagine having that on? I mean, the I'm just getting chills, claustrophobic.
I wonder why
already.
he would want to auction it off, though. You just feel like that's a important
It's gonna get a pretty
piece
penny.
that you would want to hold on to.
He's worn it enough.
Yeah, you're right. It's just sitting on a shelf right now, probably. Okay.
And Tony Soprano, yeah, nix the accent there.
Jeremy Roth had fun
Or
with that
Jeremy
story.
Roth,
He was like,
yes.
it's my time to show you my accent. Okay, still a lot to talk about here on Morning Mix. Are you looking for a job? The CSRA school system job fair is happening soon. We've got all the info on it coming up here on Morning Mix.
Good to see you. Good seeing you. Good seeing you. Yep. Thank y'all for having us again.
We're going to take a
Yep.
picture before you get comfortable.
You're watching Morning Mix. The CSRA School System Job Fair will be taking place this Saturday at Augusta Technical College. The goal is to seek teachers and other educational professionals for the 24-25 school year.
Sean Petro, Assistant Chief Human Resources Officer for Columbia County Schools, is joining us this morning, and he has all of the information.
Good to see you again, sir.
Good seeing you all. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Okay. So tell us about this job fair. What can people expect?
Yeah, so the CSRA RESA is putting it on, and it's this Saturday, March the 9th at Augusta Tech, the Patrick Technology Building from 10 to 2. There's going to be 12 school districts in the Georgia CSRA area represented, and these school districts are looking to really talk to anybody who is interested in going into education. Certified teachers, also in we've kind of discussed this in the past, but if you have a bachelor's degree and you're interested in teaching, we have a pathway for you to become a teacher, maybe as possibly as early as, this coming August.
Now let's talk about who can, and you've kind of detailed that a little bit, but
Yep.
who else can participate in this?
So really what I tell people, if you're interested in working for a school district, come out to it. We'll talk to you. Whether you, are interested in becoming a teacher, a speech language pathologist, working in our finance department, interested in being a bus driver. If you just have any interest in working in a school district, come out to the job fair this Saturday from 10 to 2, and you're going to have multiple people to talk to. You're going to have the big school districts in this area, and you're also going to have some of the smaller ones that are willing to work with you for your employment.
And so people coming out should possibly be prepared for some on-site interviews, maybe bring a resume?
Absolutely. Definitely bring your resume, because you're going to want to give something to the school districts to remember you. And I don't know if super formal interviews will take place, but kind of the on-the-spot interviews to kind of gauge your competence and gauge your interest in the school district, those are certainly going to take place with multiple school districts. So I would encourage people to at least know a little bit about each school district. They're not going to expect you to be an expert, but to at least be able to talk the talk with them and that kind of thing.
Let's talk about basically some of the benefits that come with these roles and these positions.
Yeah, so being an educator, in my opinion, it's never been a better time to be an educator. The pay is as high as it's ever been. First year teachers with us are making right at $48,000 a year. That's for 190 days. Most people out in the business world, they work about 250 days. So you kind of cut 60 off right there. Great schedule for parents who want to be on the same schedule as their children. And also the big selling point for any education school district is going to be the retirement. The retirement is just unbelievable. You can, retire after 30 years of service. So we have a lot of teachers who retire at 51, 52, 53 years of age, and then they can kind of go on and do whatever they want to do after that. So I would say the benefits are our insurances are unbelievable, and then the retirement, and then it's just a really great calendar for you to work that provides you a lot of time off to be with your family and that kind of thing.
Okay, a lot of things to consider if you're interested. What's the importance of hosting events like this and during this time? Because again, just a reminder, this is for next school year. Yeah,
that's correct. So the way the hiring calendar works in school districts is we really are in the hot and heavy period of it right now. So now a lot of school districts working on allocations. Allocations means how many teachers are we going to have next year. So they're forecasting into the future. So they're hiring people right now, signing them to contracts, getting them ready for the 24-25 school year. And I also think events like this are great for our community to kind of, just boost the PR for public education and educators in general, because, sometimes I think there's some misconceptions out there about, what teachers have to go through or, what the profession's all about. So we really try to talk to people about the benefits of being a teacher, being an educator, and the benefits are overwhelming. And a lot of times when you tell people, they're like, I didn't know that, I didn't know that. So you really kind of provide some ammunition for all the misinformation out there.
Let's go over the details again for the event that's on this Saturday. Give us the dates and times again.
Yeah, so Saturday, March the 9th from 10 to 2 at Augusta Technical College, the Piedmont Technology Building. Again, there's going to be 12 school districts out there, larger school districts and the smaller ones as well. So if you live in the CSRA, come out and talk to us. We'd love to talk to you about employment in our school districts.
All right, Sean, appreciate the info.
Thanks very
much.
much.
Good
to see you.
You too.
Well, have you ever started a project but can't seem to concentrate enough to get it done? Anyone can get distracted.
But there are ways to help your brain focus on the task ahead of you. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has more with a health expert on how to help your brain avoid distraction.
It can happen when you're tired or because you're juggling too much. If you get easily distracted, you're not alone.
Our brains need gas in the tank to concentrate, sleeping enough, taking breaks, taking time in nature. Think of them as fuels for our attention.
Chasing Life podcast host Dr. Sanjay Gupta says self-care is the first step in avoiding distraction. He says it can also improve our attention span. So can planning to do the hardest work in front of you at the time of day that you tend to be most focused. Gupta says to also be aware of unconscious distractions and make them intentional.
For example, instead of reaching for your phone when you hear a ping, say, I'll answer that text in 30 minutes after I finish this step.
And when you're getting a project done, be aware of thoughts that distract you. He says not to dwell on them, write them down instead.
Jotting those other to-do list items down can actually help offload them from our brains and keep you focused.
Gupta says to also keep a tidy workspace. He says research shows clutter can have a negative impact on executive function and mental health. And finally, think of a large task in front of you as a series of smaller tasks.
Studies show that our brains tend to prioritize small tasks over large ones. You will create opportunities as well to feel a sense of accomplishment, which will energize you to keep going.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Good things to remember right there. Gupta says lack of sleep and stress both can take a toll on your brain function. So can mental health conditions like depression and anxiety. So he says self-care is a critical part of helping your brain function at its best. So simply said, take care of yourself.
And naps. Naps are good too.
Naps won't hurt anything. Okay, on the way, it's the return of a great two-day festival in South Carolina. All the information on the 2024 Barnwell Sundial Festival next here on Morning Mix.
Hey, nice to meet you. You loved us that much. You had it.
Yeah, absolutely.
it's an exclusive today on Morning Mix. We're happy to announce the return of the 2024 Barnwell Sundial Festival coming to downtown Barnwell on May 10th and 11th.
That's right. Joining us this morning is Sundial Festival CEO Ashley Culp, CFO Amy Davis, and you might recognize this guy from being on our show before, as American Idol contestant and musician Warren P. Hey guys.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us.
Great to be here.
Good to see you. Very happy to be part of this because actually we're one of the sponsors here for this year's Sundial Festival, so very happy to be part of that. For those who may not be aware of the event, tell us a little bit about the Sundial Festival.
Well, it's an event that we have on the circle. Somebody said one time, well, it's not unique, and I go, yes, it is. It's a freaking circle, so it is actually pretty unique in my eyes. But yeah, we have a festival right there on our circle in downtown. It's right in front of our courthouse. We actually celebrate the Sundial. It's actually the only upright working sundial in the United States, and so we just have a festival focused around it.
I did not know that.
I didn't either. And look at all of this video too. So this year it's expanded to a 2-day festival, so you have a couple days to get out there and have fun. Let's go over some of the highlights, starting with the artisanal marketplace.
The 2-day event, this year we're adding the Friday, so we will have select vendors that will come in starting on Friday. Mm-hmm. Then they'll flow over until Saturday, and we'll add other vendors then, as well as our food vendors.
All right, and of course, talking about food, no festival is complete without really good food and drinks. What are we going to have out there?
Right now, we've got some barbecue, some cheeseburgers, there's a lot of different foods, and a cake in a jar.
Well, why not?
Yes.
Sounds good. A little bit of everything. So if you're in the taste for something, you'll most likely find it there, is what it sounds like.
All kinds of things to choose from.
Ooh, okay, I'm excited about that. So in addition to all of the good food and everything going on, there are also some family-friendly events taking place.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, on the way here, we were actually talking about having something for teenagers this year. It's actually one of our first things that we've had, and I don't want to talk about it because we haven't put that in stone yet, but we are going to reach out to somebody about that, and I think that'll be great. But yeah, we do. We actually have a family-friendly kid zone where kids can come out, and we shut off the circle so we don't have cars riding around it. Right. We make it so that I like to think of it as Disney World. It's very friendly. We want your kids to have a good time. We want you to have a good time. But yeah, we do. We actually have like little games and prizes and different things. And face painting, we usually have somebody come out and do free face painting and stuff. So we'll have little things like that.
Barnwell World. That's what I'll do.
That's a good one.
And then, of course, the biggest edition, like you said, we're kicking off with Friday. Local musician, Warren P, performing live. Good to see you again,
Glad
first
to
of all.
be here. This is going to be so exciting. We love to be able to come play hometown type shows, and we've got deep roots in Barnwell, lots of family and friends in Barnwell, so we're happy to be able to do this. We have Dylan Carter that was on The Voice last year. He's going to be opening up for us, as well as another Barnwell area native, Gage Cagle. He's going to be there as well.
Definitely want to check that out. That is the being announced right now today. That's the exclusive here for you.
There you go.
What's it like coming back home and performing for the hometown?
It is always awesome to be back home, to get to play and to perform for all the people who I've known growing up and friends that I've made here along the way, and just to, be home. It's something about being in your hometown area that is just special.
And you don't want to miss Warren's performance, okay? If you didn't watch him when he was on the show, go back online and check him out because his voice is just amazing. So glad to see you back. And let's just go over the details for people that want to come out to the festival.
Okay. Well, we're going to have it, of course. We're going to have it Friday. We're going to start the first festival at 11 a.m. It's going to be a little smaller, but we are going to have vendors out there from 11 to 5. And then we're going to start our concert at 6:30. And you do need a ticket for the concert. You can go on barnwellsundial.com and pay for that. But it is free to come to the markets on Friday and on Saturday. Now, on Saturday, our festival is going to be from 10 to 4, and there you go. But you can go on barnwellsundial.com and find out all the information that you need on there.
All right. Get those tickets for the big Friday night concert featuring so many. It's good to see you guys. Thanks for joining us here.
Thank you so much for having us.
At the event. Let's check in right now. First Alert meteorologist Tim Strong. Well, it's a little far. It's a little ways away.
Yeah, it is.
But
a couple months out, we'll say it's going to be doggone right. Perfect. 80s. We're in May, so there's a good chance it's going to be nice and warm in 80s. So we'll go ahead and put that out now. We'll correct it if need so. But for now, we have to deal with the cloud cover. We have quite a bit of it still hanging around. Haven't cleared out yet. We're just shy of 60. Not much on the move until that sun comes out here, but expecting to see some 70s move into the afternoon here. Clear evening. Temperatures each morning this week are not going to be too terribly bad. In fact, way above average with 50s, primarily straight through, and afternoons in the 70s here. But we're still kind of stuck behind that 60 mark. We have still plenty of upper 50s. A few low 60s are coming out there from Swainsboro back into Sandersville. But by the end of the afternoon, should be sitting up there somewhere between 72, 75 degrees here with that afternoon sun coming in. Pollen meter is going to be on the rise. We get a couple of opportunities to see that drop, though, late tomorrow, early Wednesday because of our rain chances going up. And by the end of the week, but nonetheless, we are at that point of the year where it's definitely going to be on the very high side here just for the next month and a half here, just because we're in pollen season now. If you haven't noticed, here it's middle 70s to clear out the cloud cover late today. 5 p.m. looks good on the drive home. We've got more clouds building in overnight. Now, where that rain starts picking up is after about 5 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. So 5 p.m. beyond that, we've got plenty of rainfall, and that just may stick around coming into early Wednesday morning. So a soggy start, maybe some showers kind of lingering in the first half of Wednesday, but should start to move out of there late tomorrow, and then we'll get clearing and find a much nicer Thursday forecast. So we're already looking way down the road toward the end of the week with that rain chance kind of starting off early this week. Late tomorrow and the first half of Wednesday, there'll be some showers around, but kind of keeping it away from the freezing mark. Doesn't look like we're anywhere close to that each morning, and 70 degrees seems to be kind of about where we're leveled off all the way to the start of the weekend.
Welcome to spring.
Yes.
It's here.
Yeah.
And
All
yeah,
the showers.
looking forward to that. You love those little hometown festivals
They're pretty
that come around the area.
They're fun. They all have their little niche to them, you know?
Exactly, and it seems like a lot of people come out to it. A lot of the artisans at the market. I love those. Anything with food.
Homemade food.
And homemade like crafts and things that you can put in your house. I always like to look at because I'm not creative, so I always like to admire the creativity from other people.
Wow.
Yeah.
And cake in a jar.
That sounds awesome.
That's what she said.
Man.
I needed more information, but
I'll take that.
check it out for yourself and
Here's
figure
a
it out.
jar.
Anything that
and
comes
you
in
put
a
the
mason
cake
in the jar.
Okay, and then there you
Sure.
go. Yeah, and I did not realize, I'm from Williston originally, but I completely forgot that there's a Sundial in downtown Barnwell.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's
Only
probably
one
worth the
around,
trip.
still
We ought to
works.
send Will Volk out there.
Actually,
I
Will
think
Volk
he's
did,
done that.
he did a story on
Yeah,
it.
it was like a year ago.
Oh, did he?
Yep, he did.
He
So-
has come out there and done that.
I didn't know that until Will Volk did that story. Which,
see?
yeah, I don't think it was too long ago. It might have been.
It was probably last summer, or spring or summer.
Sure.
If I'm not
Go
mistaken.
check it out.
Entertaining and educational,
There you go.
everybody.
Great.
All right.
Well, more to come here on Morning Mix. We're going to take a look at the latest entertainment news, plus a major concert announcement in our area for Masters Week. That's next.
On to entertainment news now. A possible Hollywood sequel that would not make audiences happy.
David Daniel has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
Hollywood craft union leaders are warning another strike could happen this summer. IATSE, the International Alliance of Theatrical and Stage Employees, and the Hollywood Teamsters Local begin negotiations this week with the studios and streamers group. At a weekend event, Hollywood Teamsters head Lindsay Doherty said, "We will strike if we have to." And National Teamsters President Sean O'Brien said of the studios, if they thought they had a fight last summer, they can't even predict what they have now. Hollywood production is still not back up to full strength after last year's crippling writers and actors strikes.
There's only one man brainless enough to steal from the syndicate.
Thank you, Dick. I don't know what we'd do without you.
Noel Fielding and Hugh Bonneville star in The Completely Made-Up Adventures of Dick Turpin. As the title implies, the Apple TV Plus series takes a few liberties in its portrayal of the legendary English highwayman.
He's a pacifist, he can't ride a horse, he doesn't know how to fire a gun, and then that was sort of quite a good tension because he's surrounded by these hardened criminals. I think the real Dick Turpin was probably...
Not a very nice person at all.
No. So we tried to steer away from the real Dick Turpin.
The Completely Made-Up Adventures of Dick Turpin is now streaming. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
That one looks interesting. I might have to try to check that.
Interesting is the word, yeah.
Yeah,
Need a little
you
more.
gotta love British comedy sometimes. All right, we are now getting a glimpse of Superman's new logo. Movie director James Gunn released a picture of the new suit while celebrating the first day of filming last week. He said the action flick will now simply be called Superman.
David Corus-Sweat stars in the titular role along with Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. Nicholas Hoult also stars as villain Lex Luthor. Superman is set to release in July of 2025. If I got their names wrong, I apologize.
It's okay. It's a completely redo of the DC universe out there. So I still like, I'm going to miss Henry Cavill.
I agree. I'm going to check it out, but when you start bringing in new people, I just get a little skeptical. But sometimes they do great, and I'm sure all of them will be just fine. But you just get used to seeing a certain someone. When you think of Batman, you think of a certain person. When you think of the Joker, you think of one of how many that have played him now.
Now, I have seen the photos. Apparently, he's been working out. This David
he
Cornsweat.
should.
Yeah.
As he should.
But, I mean, he's like maybe more buff than Henry Cavill. So I don't know if that's going to be good or bad, but we'll see about that.
Maybe Superman will be stronger.
Okay,
in this one. I don't know.
Hey, brand new breaking news, and you're hearing it here on CNN on TV First here on Morning Mix. First T Augusta, excited to announce that artist Cole Swindell will be headlining the 20th anniversary Drive for Show Rock for Dough on Masters Tuesday. That is April 9th at the Lady A Pavilion in Evans, Town Center Park. Augusta's own Black Dog will open up the show. DJ Rock will also be back to spin tunes throughout the evening with more artist announcements to come as well.
So they said they could not be more excited to host these artists. So everyone's looking forward to it. So be sure to get your tickets. I know we were talking that they're already on sale now, but now you know who will be there.
And 100% of the proceeds benefiting Rock for Dough. Those concerts have raised more than $1.7 million now.
Jeez.
Yeah. But good lineup here for that, Cole Swindell. And again, more artists will be announced as we get closer and closer to the event itself. Tickets are on sale now. Go to rock4 with an E, dough.com, and you can pick up those tickets. Get them now while they're still cheaper. They do go up. Closer and closer to the show.
Sure, good reminder. Yeah. Buy it now, buy it now. Okay, there's still much more to come on the show. We're going to check your answers to our social question, which really was, we want to know about your weekend. We're being nosy today on Morning Mix, okay? Let us know what you did. What was the highlight of your weekend, to be exact? Plus, I have a quote to get your day started. That's next.
Do you have a business, event, or charity that you'd like to feature on Morning Mix? Let us know. Head to WRDW.com/Morning Mix to make your submission today.
It's our Motivational Monday, and since we're kicking off Women's History Month, our friend Jade Nelius has some inspirational thoughts to share.
March is International Women's Month, a time to celebrate, encourage, motivate, and reflect. It is a time to be intentional about our personal space and who has access. Sometimes you must accept that everyone doesn't deserve first-class lodging in your life. In this life, you deserve to let go of baggage, whether it's emotional or physical. You deserve to decide who has a front row seat to your flight plan. You deserve to say access denied when necessary. You must learn that not every person deserves to book your flight. There will be some who are only meant to see you soar from afar. There will be some who merely need the testimony of your flight. Your peace and your atmosphere determine many different parts of your life. Be intentional on who you allow access. First-class access, that is.
All right, thank you very much, Jade. Good to see her
Love
again.
having her back, yes.
All right, before we wrap up, let's check out your answers to our social question here. So what was the highlight of your weekend? What did you do? Hey, Angela, celebrating Read Across America and Dr. Seuss's birthday. All right, there you go.
Okay. Oh, shout out here. Dakota saying seeing Cliff and Chuck at the Retro Concert Series. All right. Oh, and seeing Hairball, a Derek Dove, and a Peacekeeper.
Derek Dove and the Peacekeeper, by the way, they were the opening act Saturday night. Great job, guys. Of course, Derek performed here Friday morning. Jim, attending church yesterday, watching my granddaughters playing Upwards basketball Saturday. All right.
Good stuff. Carol saying going to Pensacola to celebrate my great-grandson's first birthday.
Happy birthday.
Aw,
Our friend Juanita Campbell spending some time with my bestie.
Jomo, hi Cliff, Zana, Tim, Lisa, Natalia. Hey, thanks for the shout out for everyone. Even though it ended 2 years ago in 2014, watching cartoons, live action children's shows in between segments. Okay, like Schoolhouse Rock, educational, informational, in which the latter is still airing.
I miss the cartoons, don't you?
Yeah, different now.
Kathy and Jack, we were able to spend Saturday at home with just the two of us, which is a rarity lately. Okay.
Sometimes you just have to chill and hang out, right? Dominic, red wine.
Okay.
Or maybe that was just wine in general.
I think for Dom it's just wine. Jennifer, also going to see the Retro Concert Series. Yeah, it's a good show.
Okay, Susie, my son came home to visit. How nice.
Going to church for Sheila, the birth of my grandson, Oliver, for Deborah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. All right, top that.
Barbara resting. That's what you were doing yesterday.
Yes, exactly. Will McCraney and Lindsay McCraney's baby room. Okay, for Tammy. All right.
Danny saw the stage play. Oh, Closet Confession. I really wanted to go. I went last year, but I was out of town. Okay. Before we say goodbye, I want to leave you with this quote. This one says, "There are no regrets in life, just lessons." Jennifer Aniston said that.
There you go. Have yourselves a great Monday, everybody, and we will catch you right here at 3 with Mix at 3 today.
Have a great day.